1 year ago, I was failing in every area of my life: health, family, friends, grades, all of it. And I didn't have any energy or motivation or ambition or discipline to do anything about it. But I knew that I could change in 1 year. The year before the transformation actually started, I told myself I was going to make this year matter. I was going to do all the habits I promised myself I would do. I would finally get myself out of the hole I was digging. But in the end, it didn't happen because I just kept on failing and I kept taking the failures as signs to stop. And I just dug myself so deep into that hole that by the end of the year, I knew that if I didn't do something, this wasn't going to end well. 1 year. It takes 1 year to turn your life around completely. 365 days, which might sound like a lot, but actually it isn't really. And usually it takes us way longer to actually change things. We just don't notice because we keep telling ourselves that we're getting ahead and that we're doing all the things that we have to. But usually that's just surface level stuff. That's not actually changing anything. And I've been there. I've tried changing everything on the surface to make everything look perfect, but nothing actually changed in my life. I've been to many competitions, I have performed in front of hundreds, and I have messed up. But the thing is, the mistake doesn't count as much as what you do after does. Because I used to be devastated, so disappointed in myself, acting like the world was gonna end over one little mishap. But the thing you learn when you're performing is that even if you make a mistake, the world isn't gonna end. It's gonna keep spinning, and you're going to wake up the next morning, and life's gonna go on, even if you failed. And I failed, not once, not twice, but countless times. But I never gave up. I got close, but I didn't give up, ever. And the more and more I went on and tried again, I had to realize that so many people around me gave up because they lacked patience, not motivation, not anything else. They were on the right path. They just couldn't wait until they actually won and the failing stopped. You have to be resilient. We see the most successful people and we think, oh, they didn't fail as much as we did. We see the rich and we just go, oh, they just got lucky. We don't see the hardship, the pain, the loss. We see the Porsche, but we don't see the years of hard work behind it. But these people are usually the ones who go through the most, but they just decide to make the best out of it. Because they understand that they have to hold themselves accountable and they can't just blame their problems on the world around them. They fail just as much as we do, but they know that they have to learn from it and adapt, because that's the only way you're ever going to get anywhere in life. And we need failure, because failure is the exact thing that shows us just how bad life can get, so we can get the craving for a better life, so we can get ambition, and we can get all the good things from life because we will actually want it. If you never fail, you're never going to learn, and you are never ever going to get ahead. It's only failure if you stop learning or if you stop trying. Otherwise, it was either a learning experience or a trial run. Here's the thing: it's only going to be the end of the story if you decide so. As long as you keep going, it was never failure, even if it feels like it in the moment. So don't be afraid to dream big just because you're scared of failing. Failure teaches you, and you can use that. So dream big because even if you fail again and again, you will still get further than if you never tried at all. If you reach for the moon, even if you fail, you're still gonna end up among the stars. Take that as motivation and dream big, even if you're scared of failing. Fail so many times that you can absolutely achieve anything because you've learned all the cheat codes. Because you failed so much that now you know every single thing that can go wrong and you can be prepared for it. So dream extremely big because that's the only way you're going to learn everything through failure. Nobody is coming to save you. Let me repeat that just in case I wasn't clear. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody but yourself. Your own actions, your habits, your discipline, your resilience. You have to keep yourself up to a standard for yourself because no one else is going to do that for you. You have to keep that standard even if you feel like everything is going to hell. And sure, friends and family can motivate you, but if you aren't the one keeping your own head above the water, none of it will matter anyway. And I should know, when I was at my worst, I got up alone. And if I wasn't there in my head, if that stubbornness wasn't in the back of my mind, I would have never gotten out of it. And I only need myself, and you only need yourself too. I had to realize that none of my failures were actually failures. They were all just lessons. Except for one, losing myself. Because everything else is an opportunity to learn and grow, except for losing yourself, because that's something else entirely. And that was exactly why I wanted to change, and that's exactly why I changed. And you don't have to be superhuman to do this. Anybody can, literally. You don't have to be smart or pretty or strong or whatever people think you have to be. As long as you're still seeing, breathing, and walking, as long as you're still capable of doing anything that's nearly related to living, you're capable of achieving anything, and literally anything. I mean, the opportunities are endless. Even if it looks big and scary, you can defeat it as long as you're still you. Until death, all defeat is psychological. That just means that your failures are not the ones defeating you, it's actually just you giving up on yourself. And the first time I heard this, something clicked in me. And I don't mean to say in any way that struggling is a weakness. What I mean is that mentally strong people don't give up and lay down and let their struggles and failures walk all over them. They get up, they get going, and they implement what they've now learned from their failures. Because they know that staying down is only going to make you more and more miserable. Because if you let your failures take control of your life, you're never ever going to learn and get ahead. So, until death, every single thing that you think is defeating you, or every single thing you think you're failing at, is in your head. And that just means that until the end, you can try again and again and again and again until you eventually actually can't. Now that you've heard the mindset shifts, here are the actual 4 steps that helped me achieve this change. Number one, do a real audit, not an imaginary fake one, because we have to stop confusing motion for progress. Sit down and be brutally honest about what's actually changing and what just feels productive. Surface level fixes don't count because they only lead to surface level solutions, which are the exact ones that are leading you to your failures. So here's how you actually do this. Sit down, grab a notebook or a pen and paper, and answer these questions without editing yourself. Number one, what have I told myself I'm working on for the last 3 months? Write down the actual thing, not the vague version. Number two, what has measurably changed because of it? Be specific. A number, a habit that stuck, a result you can point to. If you can't name one, be honest. That's 0. Number three, what did I do that felt productive but changed nothing? For example, reorganizing your planner so it's aesthetic, watching another how to fix your life video, or buying equipment instead of actually using the old one. 4. If a stranger looked at my last 30 days of actions, not my intentions, what would they think I actually cared about? Number 5. What's the one uncomfortable action I've been avoiding because the surface level stuff is easier? This can mean an inconvenient task or an uncomfortable conversation, but usually it's the one missing piece from the puzzle. Number 2. Treat your failures like a rap, not a verdict. Because one mistake is not the final score. If you're on a stage, for example, and you mess up one sentence, you continue on and you try again next time. You don't just run off stage because you stumbled. Reps build resilience, and judging yourself based off every single little mistake will only build your confidence down completely. So think about it like this. If you go into the gym and your first rep isn't perfect, you are not gonna give up because you know that you're still weak and then you still have to go on and you have to try again and again. If you judged your entire fitness journey based off of your first rep, you would never go back to the gym again. You don't build strength by quitting, you build strength by putting more and more weight on the bar. Number three, take full accountability. Before you start looking for support or some new excuses, look at your own actions and habits. Because support can help, but it cannot replace the discipline that only you can build. So the next time you feel like you're making excuses or avoiding reality, try to write the thing down. Because if you write it down, it will feel uncomfortable. Because if it's in your control, then you can detach from it and it's fine and it won't bother you anymore. But if it's in your control and you're not doing anything about it, it will just bother you until the point that you cannot stop avoiding it. Number four, protect your most valuable asset, yourself. Guard your identity, your standards, your boundaries before you try to save your image or your progress. Because looking perfect might feel good in the moment, but it's not something that you can rely on. Because nobody is perfect. Listen to me, nobody. No one on this earth. So it's not human. And you cannot try to be perfect all the time, especially not at the cost of yourself. Now, the simplest way to protect yourself is to try to remain authentic and true to yourself and set standards and boundaries for yourself, which I have already talked about in another video, so check that out. This is basically the most simple way to stay true to yourself and not lose yourself to others or even yourself. Okay, so now that we've reached the end of this video, let's recap the whole thing. Real change takes about a year, not because it's magic, but because that's about how long it takes for us to stop lying to ourselves and to start doing the things that actually matter. Remember, failure is not the end of the story, quitting is. And nobody is coming to save you, so build the accountability, the habits, the resilience yourself, while protecting your sense of self all through it. Because that is the one failure you cannot come back from. If this video felt relatable to you, comment down one failure that you're still holding on to like it was the end of the story. And if you're actually serious about turning your life around, consider subscribing because I'm posting every Sunday about the exact mindset and systems that help me change my life completely.